Hey everyone, and welcome back to the MLG Championships here in Columbus, Ohio. Golden Boy alongside Wisdom, and we're going to be bringing you guys Hype Extinction going up against Fierce. Wisdom, how are you doing?
I'm great. It's the first day at MLG Columbus, the championships, and I get to cast with you for the first time.
Awesome, high five.
Yeah.
We're going to win. Okay, so, so Benson turned into a lady, which I think is quite hilarious. But let's actually go ahead and jump into the action. You have a controller on your end as well. And we're going to go ahead and fiddle there. Will, make sure you're taking my screen for this one. All right, buddy? And we're going to go ahead and commentate some domination on Sovereign. Two teams here, just some information on both of them. I was doing that in the middle of the break there. Hype Extinction is a VVV community team. So if you guys are familiar with VVV Gaming, they are a community squad there. So big shout out to VVV Gaming, always looking to support. The roster for this squad is actually Fatal, who you'll see here is Zulu. That's actually Fatal. But Crispy, Breezy, and Zodiac, coached by Psylocke. And then on the other side, for Fierce, you have DK, Mizuno, Tish, and Aximer, coached by Rage. I really like this Fierce squad. I think they have a lot of potential. And I'm actually going to kick it off here with Aximer. Let's see what he's going to do off the break.
Now I'm just going to take a look here, guys. I'm actually enjoying this new podcaster. We're going to see Aximer pushing mid-map here through the bottom tunnel. And he's actually pushing up these stairs here. He does have one player to his left, and I don't think he knows that he's there because he's actually just around the corner. So just going to be trying to move his team out towards the C. Good hit markers on that player, and he's able to get the nice kill.
Nice. That was a big double to follow up there. So I do like what I see out of Aximer. You know, some things about Aximer, guys, you may not know. Aximer is a local New Jersey player, very familiar, actually a local New Yorker. I used to team with him, as a matter of fact. Very talented player. I think he has like all the talent in the world. As Aximer is able to find another player, he is going to be there for the pickup. That is going to be a double kill as he takes out Breezy and Fatal on that one, getting a triple as well. And there is going to be a stop finally on Aximer as we go ahead, bring up the scoreboard. Let's go ahead and give some love to DK, who's actually 5-0 right now.
You know what? 5-0, 2 caps for his team. He's got the OBJ down on lock for Fierce, and we're just going to see him pushing. He's actually just going to be sitting here, camping out, checking to see if anyone's going to push out from that C flag.
Yeah.
Doesn't see anyone, so he's going to start rotating back to B. He will have one player to his left, and good tag team between him and Tish to get that kill. Yeah,
but he does have to be mindful, though, that there is going to be a player pushing around by B, and he is aware of it, moves in. He is going to get cleaned up. Aximer's going to be the last man standing here as Tish and Mizuno are off the respawn. Great jump shot by Aximer, able to follow it through with it. And let's see if he can actually take out the player that was going to be around him. No, he actually comes up behind and is going to be there for the pickup. Going back over to DK now. He's not able to follow through with a kill on that one, but he is going to get cleaned up there by Zodiac as we actually go ahead and give some love on the other side to the boys in Hype Extinction. Let's see what they're going to do as we're on board with Breezy HX.
Breezy HX going 3-4 right now. Not the greatest start. Does have 2 caps for his team. Getting a quick reload there as he's over on the B flag. We're just going to see him circling around, trying to protect that B flag for his team, recognizing it is mid-map, and unfortunately he does lose control of that. That's
right, and looking over at Fatal now, who unfortunately is named Zulu because he couldn't quite get the name change, and I just gave him the Caster's Curse, Wisdom. Just gave him the Caster's Curse. It's a real thing. People don't think it's real, but it's real, and it's scary.
It is, and
because you can ruin a great play with the Caster's Curse.
Definitely.
Oh, goodness. But now Breezy making his way over to B now as his teammates are going to be there to try and see if they can get a contention and make something happen. But instead, they are not going to be able to do so, as it is actually going to go in the side of Aximer's team, Fierce, as Zodiac is going to get picked up. Let's go ahead, jump back on board with Fierce. Let's see what they're doing here as we're on board with Axe.
Aximer going 9-5 now, guys. Going almost double positive for his team. Able to get one more kill to get that double positive. Camping that B flag again. These guys recognize that they need that B flag control and just keep the other team push back on that C flag.
Keep them at bay, honestly. Like that's really all that you have to do. I mean, Sovereign. Sorry about that. Sovereign's the kind of map that, you know, it's a very, as you can see there, right, at the mini map there on the top left of your screen. It's very linear kind of map, right? I mean, it does function in the, almost in the 3-lane design, what we see in usual Call of Duty games here. But the key for this particular map is just, keeping the other team on the other side. It's just a classic way to play domination. And there's nothing wrong with it by any means. Mizuno able to find one player. That was going to be a knife right to the chest. That is unfortunate. Mizuno 6-6 right now. Score is going to be 44-50. Currently, as Fierce is actually going to be down here by a couple of points, which is quite surprising. But they should be able to make their way back up here in just a bit with some solid play, because they do have 2 flags to their name.
Never can go wrong. it's a little bit trickier if you try and do that 3 flag cap, because you really have to know the spawns, and 3 weeks into the game, it's definitely a difficult thing to do, especially because you've noticed there are some spawn issues. I
agree. I mean, it's something where you have to just like kind of, get into the flow of it, right? And it's almost like a, whoever finds it first kind of thing. So, and that's really what's going on here. Teams are trying to figure out tactics. But one thing that is for certain, and I'll use Axmer as a perfect example. He's a Call of Duty player through and through. He is a guy who has been around the community for such a long time, just playing against, good players, well, top players. Like, top players are, know who Axmer is. And you take that style and then you bring it over to the other Call of Duties. Mizuno and Tish as well for them. They also were quite, talented players back in Black Ops 2. As Axmer able to find one player, that's going to be a pickup. And look what he's using, by the way. He's using that silencer, which I really like because that's going to give him the ability to just go for that full flank. It looks like they are going to go and get C. Axmer able to get that connection. That's going to be huge for them, as they're currently going to be leading right now by 4 points with 15 seconds left. Axmer with another stop as well, and he is finally going to get capped, but the damage has been done. 73 to 68 here. I think it's going to get maybe 1 or 2 more points to close this one out.
Axmer doing a good job of pre-firing that doorway. We are going to see him going for one more kill, unable to do so, unfortunately. But, pre-firing that door, good move on his part, able to get a 2-piece and help hold that flag in the closing seconds.
That's right. Let's take a look at the final kill cam here. It's going to be Mizuno watching the B bomb site, able to find one player. Good connection by him. He kills his teammate by mistake. That's unfortunate. It is what it is.
Sometimes you get caught in the crossfire. If it's for the good of the team, every once in a while.
Just jump in the middle. Why not? Why the heck not?
Sometimes you have to absorb some bullets from your team and get the take the death to get the kill.
That's right. Take the fall, right? Take the fall for the other squad. So, so it seems like we are going to be getting the second round of play starting here on Domination in a little bit. Score is 74 to 69. 5-point lead for Fierce going into the half. Do you think Fierce has this one, or can Hype Extinction come back into it, Wisdom?
I think Hype Extinction, they need to start playing the map smart. As we've noticed in Ghost, the bullet reg in Ghost, much higher than in Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
And I think people are still trying to get used to that, especially in that LAN setting.
That's very true. That's
I think if Hype Extinction can play it smart, try and balance out and get a little bit more slaying in, then I think they can take it. But Fierce, good map control, had the 2 flags down, and it's looking good for them so far.
Okay. Well, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and jump into the action. It is going to be Fierce Decay hosting, so this is going to be, again, Fierce's host. And again, guys, all best of 3s that we're actually watching here for the open bracket. And score again, 74 to 69. Fierce currently in the lead by 5 points going into this half. Now, the key here for this game, like you said, Wisdom, just keep that 2 flag. Keep that 2 flag and keep them back at bay. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. 2 flag, it's a little bit easier. And honestly, as long as you get the W, does it really matter if you get a little bit faster with the 3 flag cap? Not really.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, the thing about 3 flag, like going for the trip cap, it's risky. It's risky because then you're gonna force that other team to spawn on the other side of the map, and then you're gonna sacrifice that positioning. And honestly, I personally play a lot better when I know that there's not a player that could be potentially flanking me from behind. So let's see here, as Breezy's gonna be the one on your screen, but I'm gonna go ahead and hop on board with Zuwu here. He's gonna be right above B, able to find one player. He is gonna get taken out. Axmer now jumping over to him, the player from Fierce. As remember, guys, they have that 5-point lead. Currently is going to be tied, as no one has been able to cap beat just yet. Axmer looking around the corner. Nothing's going to come of that one. DK on your screen as he does find one guy. He goes over the ledge. That is going to be unfortunate. And Fierce is able to get B as they do manage to secure that one. Big win for them. And now let's see if they're going to be able to rack up some points here and gain this lead, be able to establish that, pad it on even more.
DK unfortunately got taken out. He was weakened from the nade, and then Breezy came into the kill. Breezy got taken out in the crossfire. So let's go on board with Breezy. Breezy's going 2-2 right now. He does have 1 cap for his team, and right now they are down a flag. They are about to lose another flag here. So we're going to see Breezy actually pushing into the B flag. He's got 1 teammate and unfortunately gets taken out in the process.
Yeah, that is, that is something there where he came around the corner. He opted to pre-fire on the left side, and it seemed like it just did not work out for him. Obviously, the player was actually there to meet him, right across from him. And now looking on board here with Fatal, as he's going to be creeping his way around. Just to remind you, the name change thing apparently didn't go through, and he's named Zuwu here. But he is going to go for the full flank and go and cap C. This is going to catch Fierce off guard, and then this could prompt them to push A. But I don't know. It seems like they are opting to just go and send one player back by C. It is going to get neutralized, but Fierce back with the cap once again.
We're going to see C is being taken right now, and C does get capped. So all of a sudden, Fierce back with those 2 flags. We see Axmer going 8-2, double positive again, going good in the slaying department. And they are able to retain control of B flag, but there are 3 players pushing into that B flag from Hype Extinction, and we're actually going to see 2 players from the Hype Extinction team get taken out in the process, and that's 3 down for Hype Extinction.
Yeah, Hype Extinction got, you know, shellacked there on that on that push by B. It was actually really difficult for them to be able to establish anything on that one. It seemed like they had, you know, their bearings together, but it just was not enough. So jumping over here to Fatal, rocking that Remington, you know, with that muzzle brake attachment, trying to see if he can get that long range on. And let's see here. Let's see what Fatal's going to do. I mean, let's find a player on the other side. That's going to be actually a Tish. There's going to be one more player, but that is going to be a stop there for Fierce, as they were able to stop any kind of a push from happening. But keep in mind that score, 49-33. Currently, Fierce, they are on a run here. They have a 20-point lead if you add the points from that last game onto this one.
20 points. It's doable. I mean, 2 minutes left. We need to see the Hype Extinction come back here. We need to see them start slaying, like we mentioned before. Fierce need to be stopped, and they need to be stopped now because there isn't much time left.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, the thing about domination, the clock's working against you always, especially with these quick rounds, man. It feels like they go by so fast.
Definitely.
Right? And before you know it, the game's over. You're like, whoa, I just started playing. So, all right, let's jump over to the Fierce side. Give Axmer some love yet again, as he's currently going to be 11-3. He is going to get taken out. Caster's Curse and effective. They switch over to him, and he dies. You see, it's just not right with him. It's a real thing. It's an affliction. It's an affliction, and I'm scared. But looking at Mizuno here, who's actually going to be at 2 caps, by the way. So you can actually see that, you know, one thing for certain, Fierce, they're getting a lot more caps. They're in the face of Hype Extinction, way more. And it's showing right now. They actually have, what is that, 6 caps to their name versus the 3 on the HX side.
And Fierce are doing a good job as well. When you're capping that flag, you need a teammate watching your back. There's nothing worse than being half a second away from capping a flag and then being shot in the back or being taken out by a nade.
Yeah, that is always the thing that you have to watch out for. But what I like about Sovereign, by the way, we actually saw there, you know, I believe that was Tish who ended up on the receiving, or Tish and Mizuno on the receiving end of that one. They went back to try and see if they could make something happen and go after that C flag there. But what ended up occurring was, you know, again, there's so many routes that you can take to get around the other players without ever being spotted and then make your way over to the flank, which is something I felt like Hype Extinction just have not been able to do this entire game. 30 seconds left on the clock. It's GG at this point, Wisdom.
Definitely. And one fun fact that I actually learned about the Sovereign map, there's the conveyor belt that goes down the middle.
Yeah.
You can actually ride the robot.
Yes.
And that's something I learned from Parasite stream. I was watching him play 8s one day, and he's just riding the robot, no big deal.
Yeah,
so.
you ride the robot. I like that. You should hashtag that, ride the robot. And no, but seriously, it is actually really useful because you can actually creep up behind a player on the middle, and they could be completely unaware because if that machine goes over them, they just have no idea. But there you have it, 94-64. Actually a 30-point lead, 35 in total for Fierce to be able to come up on top with the victory to take game 1. And now we're going to be making our way over to Search and Destroy. But shout outs, by the way, you know, DK playing great, 16-7. On the other side, Axmer and Mizuno also playing very solid too. So Fierce just really dominating on that one. On the other side, Hype Extinction, they struggled quite a bit. Let's see if they're going to be able to pick it up and Search and Destroy. It's a whole different game type.
It really is. In the last game, we also saw Zodiac. Zodiac, up until about 2.5 minutes into the second half, was actually killless. He was 0-6. So Hype Extinction, we need to step up the slaying. We need to see them start playing the map, start controlling it in Search and Destroy, but it's a good game type to see that.
That's very true. It's a round-by-round game type, so pace is everything. We're going to find out how all that unfolds after this brief commercial break. When we come back, Game 2 between Fierce and Hype Extinction. I'm Golden Boy. This is Wisdom. We'll see you on the other side. Don't go anywhere.